All right, what's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm driving a 2019 Dodge Durango SRT 392. Up front is a 6.4 liter V8, and down below is an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, this is a really stupid trophy for me, but this will now make the fact that I have driven every engine option of the 3rd gen Durango. So I don't have many trophies in my life, but that is one of them. Now, the 6.4 liter only comes in the SRT. It makes about 475 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque. This is an insane vehicle to tow your toys around, to have fun in, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So let's get back to that 6.4 liter V8. Well, it is the 392. You could find this in some of the Challengers, Chargers. I've actually reviewed a Challenger with this same motor in Las Vegas, which was super fun, and I'll leave a link to that video at the end. But it makes a solid amount of horsepower, and it makes just a sweet symphony of sound that I will play now. It's awesome. I love it. And this whole SUV just doesn't make sense. Why Dodge makes this, I don't really know, but I'm very glad that they do because it's just a riot. All right. Oh yeah. When it shifts, it sounds like a rifle racking another slug. It's awesome. I love it so much. Oh, this is a giggle machine with 3 rows. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, the Durango does get 13 miles to the gallon in the city, 19 on the highway, but I guarantee you if I owned one of these, I would never see the 13 mark because I would just put my foot in it all the time. It's so fun. I'm in an SUV. I shouldn't be able to do this. Like I said, paired to it is an 8-speed automatic transmission. Nothing really too crazy, although it does shift lightning quick. It is a ZF transmission, and I love ZF transmissions. I really do. If I'm going to go with an automatic, ZFs are one of the best. It's between ZF or PDKs in my opinion, and that's pretty high praise for Dodge. Some hillbillies out of Detroit are going up against the Germans. Last but not least, the Durango is all-wheel drive. So this is a huge V8 that's all-wheel drive. I absolutely love that. And today it is sprinkling outside, unfortunately, but grip is not an issue. I do have 295 tires all the way around, so they are wide, and I have all-wheel drive. So I am not scared at all. But let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 3 main gauges. On the left is my speedometer. We don't really need that because in the center we have a digital gauge that has a ton of information that I will talk to you guys about in a second. But on the right, I do have my coolant temperature and fuel, which are physical gauges. Those aren't screens, those are actual physical gauges. And I like that the super important stuff is actually an analog gauge, just in case something happens with the screen. At least you'll know that your car isn't blowing up or out of fuel. All right, so I can look at my miles per hour in digits, which is very nice. I can trigger a speed warning, so it'll let you know if you go over a certain speed. I can diagnose codes within the engine. This is really cool. You don't have to get one of those pocket scanners from AutoZone. You can diagnose codes here within the car. I can do my screen setup, my messages, my audio, trailer trip, trip odometer, MPG, running time, things like that. Fuel information, average MPG, my adaptive cruise control. Yes, this SUV does have adaptive cruise control. That is very nice. My SRT pages, we'll come back to that in a second. Intake air temperature, and then we're back to the speedometer. Now, the SRT pages are only on the SRT Durango. You can also get this, of course, on the SRT Challenger and Charger, but for the Durango, they only come with the SRT package. So I have a 0 to 60 timer, 0 to 100 timer, reaction time 60-foot timer, 1/8 mile timer, 1/4 mile timer, brake distance, G-forces, which is really cool, peak G-forces, so that's the highest that it's ever been for this particular vehicle, my lap timers, lap history, so this will show your best times, things like that, Then we have top speed, the top speed this vehicle has ever traveled, and then we're back to the 0 to 60 timer. On the steering wheel, I do have a lot of different buttons. On the left is my controls for that center gauge I just talked about, as well as my phone options. And on the right, I have my cruise control settings and radar cruise control settings, which is really nice. I can bring the vehicle closer or further apart from the vehicle in front of me, which is really, really nice. I can work that just from the steering wheel. I don't have to adjust anything else. To the left of me, I've of course have my headlights and dimmer switches. On the door, I just have my power windows, power locks, power mirrors, and 2 different memory seats. That is a very big deal for me. I love memory seats. I think every car should have them. And of course, the Durango SRT does. In the center, we do get a decent sized screen and a lot more pages through here. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna play some video going through the SRT pages in the center because it's a lot. I do get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto through this center screen, as well as I can run my climate controls. That is heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel. Anything you want to do, you can run through the screen. Dodge has always done a really good job with their screens. Their screens are really, really nice, and I really like that. Down below the screen, of course, we do have some tactile buttons. The volume knob feels great. Everything feels great down here. It doesn't feel cheap. I do have a couple interesting buttons at the very bottom. Parking sensors on and off. My lane keep assist on and off. Then I have the SRT button that'll bring you to the SRT pages if you don't want to navigate through the touch screen. And then I have the launch control button. Wow, you really have to hold on for dear life with that one. Oh, it's so fun. It's so good. Then, of course, I have my traction control off if you really want to flirt with death. Then I have 2 USB ins and an aux input and the shifter. I absolutely love this shifter because the older Durangos and older Dodge products used to have the rotary shifter, which looked like a big volume knob. And that was one of the dumbest things Chrysler has done in a long time. And believe me, they've done a lot of dumb things. The seats are nice and comfortable. Like I said, they are heated and cooled. Memory seats for the driver's seat. It's everything you really want out of a seat. They look a little bit dated, a little bit older materials, but they're nice and comfortable. They have high bolsters, and I really can't complain about them. However, I do have back seats, so we'll hop in back and do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2019 Dodge Durango SRT, and what I always look for in back seats is, do I feel like an adult back here? And here I absolutely do. I could sit in a full business suit and be comfortable. I have good headroom. I'm 5'11". I could fit my full fist above my head. The seats are captain's chairs. They're very nice and comfortable. Down below here, I have 2 USB inputs. These 2 seats are heated. Those are not. We'll hop back there in a second. And I have a 115 volt AC, 150 watt wall outlet down below. That is awesome. I have my climate controls up here. Hot, cold, where to send it. These are nice back seats. If you have adult children or even regular children or friends that are whoever is going to be comfortable back here. Name a person, they'll be comfortable back here. And I absolutely love that. Now I'm gonna hop into the 3rd row and see what that's like. All right, so we're in the 3rd row of the 2019 Dodge Durango SRT 392, and I do have cup holders back here. This is where space is going to get a little hard. Like I said, 5'11", my head is barely not touching the ceiling, but it's not touching the ceiling. Cup holders back here. Back in the trunk, I do have a 12-volt outlet that works off the key. I love that. Overall, this is more of a kid back seat. You can see my knees are kind of squished a little bit, but it has a 3rd row. It has almost 500 horsepower and a 3rd row and sounds bonkers. You can't go wrong. Now we have to talk about the looks. This is the best looking Durango, maybe the best looking SUV ever made. I love, love, love how aggressive it looks. The hood vents are actually real. They're not fake vents. They're real hood vents that actually work. They actually produce more flow. Overall, I absolutely love the look. I love the feel. I love the driving capability. I love the towing capacity. I love everything about this Durango. I really didn't think I would, because if you look at it on paper, Dodge threw an obscenely large motor in one of their largest vehicles they've ever made. And it doesn't seem like it should be this good. It should just be a lumpy, lazy, sort of whatever SUV, but it's not. It's quick. It actually feels somewhat agile, especially considering it's an SUV, but it's also so easy to drive. It's so tame. It can be whatever you need it to be. If you need to tow your Hellcat to drag week, it can do that. If you need to go camping, if you need to bring 5 or 6 extra people, it can do that. I absolutely love that. And the whole time it's doing it, it's making this amazing sound, and it's fast and it's fun. SUVs are supposed to have VHS players in the back and smell like cats. This does it. It's fun. It's crazy. It's everything right with SUVs. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Kyle and Christina for letting me take out their SRT Durango. That's even in eco mode. What? Why? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.